If you found yourself in the middle of a foreclosure, or you're about to miss your first payment and things in life have just been turned upside down, this video may help you avoid going to the full foreclosure process, losing your home, and dealing with the aftermath that comes with it. Over the years, we've helped other clients of ours communicate with the lenders and ultimately get themselves out of the foreclosure process. Hey, this is Ron with Keller Williams Elite with the Ron and Jill Group. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell for notifications. We're going to be posting a lot of content here weekly. Also, if you have any specific questions, we would love to talk to you. Look down in the video description below. We have a link to our calendar. We would love to set up a time to talk. Now, let's get to the show. We have met clients over the years, and unfortunately, things do happen. Things do come up, and you can't plan for the unexpected at all times. We've seen it where there's been deaths in the family, all the way to somebody who thought they had job security lost their job. So if you're thinking you're about ready to go into foreclosure, or you can't make things happen, or all of a sudden everything just became too expensive, there is hope. Starting off with the first thing, this is the most crucial and by far one of the most important things. Communicate with your lender. It's been my experience, and from what I've seen and all the times I've talked to other lenders, they do want to help you out. They want to help you get back on track and keep you in your home. After all, the lenders do not want to become homeowners. So they're going to do everything in their power to help out. But the biggest thing is you have to communicate. There may be a certain program that just became available, or you guys can negotiate something out. Either which way, communicate with the lender, let them know what's going on, and tell them you need the help. The second one, know your rights. Just because you're going into foreclosure or you're going to start missing payments, it does not mean you're an outcast and you're restricted of all your rights. You do still have rights, even though some of the rights may change from state to state. However, you as the homeowner, you do have rights. So if you are falling behind, know what your legal rights are as far as staying into the house, how much time you have, or what you can do to get out from foreclosure. There are specific timelines. I created a video, I'll put a link for it up above, and you go ahead and check that out. One thing to remember, depending on what state you're at, you may be held liable for any vandalism that's done to the property if you straight up abandon the property. Next, prioritize your spending. When I said at the beginning of this video, it is crucial that you have open communication with the lender. If you're going over your family budget or your monthly budget or however you want to put it, that can make an impact, especially if you're asking for a little bit of time to get everything together, or look for another way to finance your home, or looking for a way to catch everything up. If you're showing, hey, listen, we're cutting out all of our expenses and we are reviewing and prioritizing our spending, that can help out. One of the things you want to do is review your budget. One of the things I learned a long time ago, and something I tell my kids and everybody else, know the difference between a want and a need. Here's a good example. A want. You go to Starbucks every day. That is a want. You want to go to Starbucks. You really want to go on vacation, but do you really need to go on vacation? It could be argued either which way. If you need something, or if it's a want or it's need, at the end of the day, if it's not an absolute necessity, cut it out of the budget. So when it comes to all non-essentials, cut everything out as fast as you can. If you're looking for funding to catch everything up, use your assets and use what you already have on hand. You would be surprised at the things that people collect over the years. Go through everything. If it is not a necessity, get rid of it. And what I mean by getting rid of it, sell it off. I've seen plenty of people doing this, and I kind of call it a going out of business sale. They're just getting rid of all their old junk, catching everything up, and just starting fresh all over again. When it comes to your assets, you may want to go ahead and just cut down to one vehicle, especially if finances are a problem. Another thing too, look at doing a side hustle, getting a part-time job, doing something to get the money to stay in your home. That is a priority, and that's the goal. And like I said, when it comes to talking to the lender, it is very critical. Look at modifying your loan. You can look at extending out your payments, but lowering them at the same time, so you're giving yourself a little bit of breathing room. And doing something like this is on a case-by-case basis. Now, if this is something that happened in the short term and you missed 4 or 5 payments, but you got your job back, everything's good to go now, but at the same time, that's like 4 or 5 payments all due at once. One of the things you do is ask the lender for a standalone partial claim. And what this does right here, for those payments that you missed, it is going to be interest free and tacked on to the end. They're not going to be payable until the last payment is made. So if you sell your house, all those payments are going to be getting paid. If you're doing a refinance, all those payments will get paid. It's not getting rid of them, it's just pretty much putting them to the side, and you're going to pay them up when the loan is paid in full. The next one, forbearance and repayment programs. The lender may be able to work something out with you to put the payments into forbearance so you're paying them out over time. Now, one thing to understand when it comes to the term forbearance, this has been around a lot longer than what the pandemic has been around for. This is an FHA term. Conventional loans, they have the same type of programs, but it's not called forbearance. And especially now that we're pretty much out of the pandemic, look to the lenders and ask them what type of programs they currently have available. Look at refinancing your mortgage. Depending on how much equity you have in your home, you may be able to go ahead and refinance the mortgage. This possibly could put you at a lower interest rate and of course, lower payments. But one thing to remember though, the loan will start all over again. Another thing you can do is having a pre-foreclosure sale, or what is known as a short sale. And this is something that was going on back during the 2008 recession. Of course, you have to get the bank's permission. And what this basically does is allows the homeowners to sell the property at market value to satisfy the entirety of the loan. Now, the next thing you can do, I pretty much talked to a ton of lenders and they do not like this whatsoever. It's called the deed in lieu. And what this is right here, you pretty much give the keys to your lender and just peace out. But understand the process with your lender because they could try to hold you for further damages. Now the last one, and I would say it's one of the most important ones right up along with communicating with your lender throughout this whole entire process. Now, if the lender is being difficult to work with because not everybody has grace, seek out the assistance of an emergency mortgage assistance program. There are plenty of government programs out there, however, they're all changing all the time. One of the things to do is do not fall into the hands of scammers. Pretty much when it comes to these emergency assistance programs, they are free and of no charge to you as the homeowner. All right, everybody, I hope you found value in this video. Before we leave, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. We're going to be posting a lot of content here weekly. Also, if you need some help or if you have any specific questions, we would love to set up a time to talk. Look down in the video description below. We have a link to our calendar. We would love to set up a time to talk. We'll see you soon.